You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV network. Now, the largest new media platform on the web and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith. Johnson.
From the AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AFTERBUZZ TV's Snooki and Jwoww After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Snooki and Jwoww After Show.
I don't care. I love it.
Wait, that's like cue the music and dance. Well, I love it too. Welcome, guys. We are here. Bing is for doing, and we're in the studio doing it again for another episode of Snooki and Jwoww. It's actually episode 5. We're well into the season, and it's called Sober Party of One. Sorry, Snooki. So I'm with my, I know, Waz, right? I'm with my lovely co-host here next to me. Please introduce yourselves.
Hey guys, it's me, Christy-Anne Lopez. You can follow me on Twitter at Miss CeeLo.
And I'm Phil the Thrill Svitek. We apologize for being late. But here's the good news. The DirecTV Viacom dispute is over, and so we can deliver programming on time.
Yes.
And that's what caused the issue with us not doing it Thursday night. So we do apologize for that.
Right. So no more DirecTV problems. Now we will be back on schedule with every show.
Phew.
Which is good. But we did get to watch Snooki and Jwoww today. I know it's a few days late, but I actually did like this episode because we had 2 parties going on in one night. Well, not really one night, but 2 parties in one episode. And we kind of picked up where we left off last week, which was with the party and the castmates from the Jersey Shore. They had a dinner because Snooki wanted to basically come out and say, listen, guys, me and Gianni are engaged and I'm pregnant. So, I mean, today's episode, or Thursday's episode, I should say, kind of dropped the bombshell of Snooki being pregnant when she presented the cake for everybody.
Right.
So what did you guys think of everyone's reaction to that?
First of all, I like Snooki's system in breaking the news. It's always like she tells them the engagement first, and everyone's like, wait, you and Gianni, really?
Yeah.
You guys are engaged? Like, you're so not ready to be a wife. And then it's like, part 2, boom, and I'm also having a child. Okay, no way. Like, that's totally not what you need to be doing right now, Snooki. But
I don't think it's just about her not being ready. I also feel that maybe they don't think they're a good match together for some weird reason. Me watching the show as a fan, I think they're a good match because they're both short. They both have like similar like funny personalities. But then when you listen to the castmates from the Jersey Shore talk about their relationship, to me, it doesn't seem like they approve of it.
I think there's a third thing, too. Notice with Jwoww saying, you know what, I always thought I was going to be the one to get married. Now, for the girls, it's like, whoa, what am I doing with my life?
Right.
Snooki's the one getting married. I thought I would be, having this white picket fence. And for the guys, it shocks their world of like, whoa, where's our cool friend?
Right.
What's going on?
Yeah, the crazy one in the house is like not crazy anymore.
Yeah, so it's equal parts of that.
Right.
because most of the response was, wait, I thought, Jenny, you would be the first one. And, and Jenny was like, me too. And I just thought it was hilarious how Vinny was such a hater on the entire thing.
Yes.
Calculating how many months. He's like, wait, 4, 3, 2. Oh, crap. I might be on Maury Povich one day. But no.
Doesn't that make you think that Vinny has feelings for Snooki?
Oh,
I mean,
of course,
I know they've
still.
hooked up and they have history together. But in this episode, he said numerous things. What was some of the things he said? 'Cause I wrote it down. He said, Gianni can't afford that shit about her ring. He said, you guys are going to get divorced anyway.
Yep.
And he said, this is what you could have had.
As he touches his nipple.
Right.
So, I mean, come on. And then he said a few other things. I just didn't write it down.
Johnny doesn't even work. At least I work. Like trying to be the more appropriate, the more fit guy.
I mean, why would he do that if he didn't have feelings for her, right?
Yeah. I mean, so Gianni's still going to school, though. So that's his kind of deal. So he's not working, but he's educating himself.
Right. But he does own ATMs, right? Didn't we say that once on a Jersey Shore episode? Where his family business is ATM owning.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was very weird, but that was one of our news and gossip sections.
And I just think that Vinny saw Snooki as like his safety net, you know? Like if we're not with anybody, if we're not married by the time we're 30, you know, like I got you. Like I got dibs on Snooki. You know what I mean?
Vinny has a problem finding a girlfriend. He's the most normal one in that Jersey Shore house. I find that hard to believe. Like, why can't he tie down a good girl? It kind of shocks me a little that he would even need to like resort to Snooki being Plan B, right?
Well, it's not that Snooki's necessarily Plan B, but it's always like, okay, wait, you know, you're just supposed to be there, but you're not supposed to be somebody else's. Yeah, you can hook up with random guys, but you know, like. You're my chick.
What does that mean, though?
Right.
Like, what does that mean?
It means...
Does it mean he likes her, or he just likes hooking up with her, or where are the lines? I don't understand.
It means you're like a nice pair of socks that I pull out of the drawer every now and then I put on.
But he can't find somebody else?
Someone else stole my socks.
Right.
That's what that means.
That's funny.
And he's like, you're my girl. That's my girl. I really wish that Mike was there to hear his reaction because I think he would be like, you know.
Because there was also a time where Mike was kind of in love with Snooki.
Yeah.
And I mean, even the times where they argue, you may think that Mike, the situation, may have something with Snooki, and that's why they argue because, you know, guys, apparently when they pick on you or annoy you or do things to piss you off, it means they like you.
Right.
In like baby terms. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Would have been interesting if he was at that dinner party. It's too bad.
One last thing before we move on. I do want to say the notion of Snooki said, you know, this dinner wasn't how I planned it to be. I feel like her world, she has such a grand vision for of how things are supposed to always turn out. And like Snooki, you can't control everything. It's never gonna be the way you want it.
Right. Yeah. No, you're right about that. I see it. It's never gonna be the way anyone wants it. It's life.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know.
I did feel bad for a second when she felt like she didn't have Jenny to kind of back her up when the entire crew was like instigating, like, oh, you guys are going to get a divorce. Oh, da da da.
And I feel like there's a lot of jealousy floating around that dinner table because the way they were treating her, the entire, like making fun of her, and it didn't end after 2 minutes. I feel like there's a lot of jealousy with Jwoww maybe, and that her relationship's going, that Snooki's relationship is going farther with Gianni than Jenny and Rogers.
Right.
Because I know Jwoww wants to be settled down soon.
And then there's Dina, like I'm losing my meatball.
Dina. I feel like she feels like she's losing a friend because not only does she get hit with the bombshell of the engagement, but she's also pregnant. And you know when you have a friend, and if you have friends that have gone through this, you know that their lives change. And from that point on, it's like they make their own circle of friends based on who has families now and who has husbands and kids. Because that's the type of environment. I mean, that's the type of environment that they're around. Why do you have some friends like that?
I mean, first off, all of my high school, not friends, but acquaintances they're all married.
They are now.
Miserable lives.
Yeah, I mean, there's always a few that get married early, and then there's always a few that I feel like in my day and age, and probably yours, Christy, now and Phil's, you're starting to see in your 20s even people. Starting to get married, settle down, and it's weird. I don't even want to think about that till like 30 something.
But here's what I will say for Dina. It's like, okay, you're about to get married. All right, yeah, we got to live it up like bachelorette month, whatever we got to do. Oh, wait, you're pregnant. You can't drink. What?
Yeah, you can't even
It's
indulge.
a double whammy. It's
that stinks. She can't even indulge in the celebration of, the bachelorette night before she gets married.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah.
And then what about her honeymoon? She can't drink then either. Well, actually, no.
It depends when they get married. But then there's the
she
kid.
could have another kid. You never know. I'm just the irresponsibility. You never know if she'll pop out another one.
Right.
But yeah, actually, I think she said before that she doesn't plan on getting married for another 2 years. But I think it's funny she says that because she is also being paid to release her wedding photos and do a video, I think, of her wedding.
Yeah.
So that just makes me think there's got to be a contract that's going to push that along a little faster.
Yeah.
And it won't be a 2 year.
We got to hold out for enough money, though.
Yeah, maybe to like excite everybody is what you're saying. Yeah. Well, then, no, I would think they do it like at least 6 months after the last season of the Jersey Shore.
Right.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you're just going to lose your viewers unless there's something else going on. So, I don't know. But you guys, I do want to tell you that if you're out there right now buying things at all, DVDs, things for your home, whatever it may be, you can go to Amazon.com and purchase things, but first go to AfterBuzz TV, and there's a banner. You can click on that. We get a percentage, and it will help us do our jobs and bring stuff to you. So please do that and help us out, and also do your shopping on Amazon.
Well said,
Every time
sister.
you buy something and write in, Gabby will do a shot on the show.
Yeah, I could do that. Just let me know. Just tweet at me.
Where's my shot? I'll just take it just because.
Just tweet at me. Yeah, Christy, we'll switch off so I'm not the only drunk one and I can at least do the show. But yeah, if you tweet, comment on iTunes, whatever it may be, we can definitely, do some shots and we'll know that you're working the Amazon thing.
And the cool part is, again, we're not asking you to buy anything in particular. So it's not like you're actually getting what you want to buy anyway. Now there's just an extra step, and it actually ends up helping us. So if you guys want us to continue doing this, really, really do it.
Agreed. And now I want to go into the relationships we are seeing in this season of Snooki and Jwoww. I always thought that Roger and Gianni were really cool together, but now I'm seeing a different side. I feel as though those two guys don't really like each other. Or at least Gianni wants to be his friend, but I feel like Roger's like, who's this little guy?
Yeah. Well, Roger just has like a really strong personality where it's like he will always want to be that alpha male, the dominant one in the situation. And, I think that it's a good thing that Gianni doesn't combat that very much. So I think they're, pretty cool. I think they just try to make it work for the sake of their girlfriends. But I think they're slowly getting closer, and at least Gianni has a sense of humor to know that, Roger isn't completely 100% serious. Yeah, he's a bully, but, if he didn't just like take things lightly, I think things would be really bad.
Right. And I agree with what you're saying. He is a bully because if you saw the scene where Gianni and Snooki were putting together a barbecue, first of all, putting together a barbecue, I'm sorry, let's be real. I would have done what Roger would have done, which is let's just buy a barbecue put together already because that's just too much of a hassle.
Right.
It's like buying stuff from IKEA. I mean, that sucks.
Well, it's one thing to buy a bed and a grill. It's like
yeah, you
$50, $60 for like a ready-made one. That's pretty decent.
Agreed. But that specific scene when I saw Roger come outside and start making fun of Gianni, I was thinking like, that's so mean. Why is he bullying him? Like he didn't do anything, And I just feel like he's always on his case, and we saw it a lot in this episode. And they kind of act immature when they're around each other.
Well, here's the thing. As she was kind of alluding to, it's you're brought together because of your girlfriends. Your girlfriends are the closest friends.
Right.
And, Gianni and Roger, they who knows? They might have been friends, they might have not. It looks like they might have not. And so you're giving...
No, they weren't before because, listen, you remember how Snooki met him, right?
Out.
At the shore house while they were filming.
Yeah.
At the bars.
So again, you're kind of brought together because of your girlfriends.
Because of your girlfriends, yeah.
And for Roger, he's sexually frustrated, so he's got nothing to do.
So he's taking it out on Gianni?
It could be. He's got nothing to do.
That's funny.
And so, and I'm sure Roger has a history of, having fun with...
That makes me sad. Nothing to do, Phil. Like, it's not a girl on this side. That's his girlfriend. Like, just being around her should be something to do.
Yeah, but that gets old after a while. You gotta, come on.
Uh-oh. The truth comes out.
I know, right?
I don't know. I disagree with that. I mean, I think that she shouldn't withhold sexual relations with Roger for 6 months, but, I mean... If she wants to take a break every now and then, I think it's okay.
Yeah, but you got to dust off the cobwebs.
Right. She said she's been practicing her Kegels, though. So, I mean, when it happens, it's, I don't know.
That's amazing. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. So, I see what you're saying, Phil, but at the same time, I think that's, how long is a relationship going to last if that's all it's based on, Because when you get old... What are you going to do?
Well, they're comfortable. Obviously they've been together for a long time. I think they know that, they're the one for each other. It just a little bit frustrating, I think, for Jenny to obviously see, Snooki graduating to a different point in their relationship and they have to be around each other 24/7. And, Roger's not going to feel like, oh crap, now I'm pressured to like step it up. Like he's just going to remain chill and do what they do because... I mean, they're just not going to follow the trend of like, no, they're getting married. Let's get married.
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
And so now, like, focusing on Gianni and Snooki's relationship, do you guys still think that they have good chemistry? Do you think they work together?
I think
What
they
are
have
you
good
seeing?
chemistry, but they're just little kids. They're not
They
ready.
are.
I'm sorry, you guys aren't
I
ready.
agree, 100%.
You aren't ready. You guys, it's great. But and I think that's also where Roger comes into it, whereas Jwoww is like, okay, you know, I have to take care of them. They're little kids, you know, they're mature. We're the mature ones. And Roger has no problem stating that fact, that try to kind of tough love, maybe. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. But Snooki and Gianni just, you're not quite ready.
Like, they're almost like playing house, you know?
Yeah. And it
When
kind
it's going
of
to get really real. Sorry.
Right.
Go ahead.
No, it's fine. You're good. It directly relates to the dinner they had with the Jersey Shore castmates. When I remember Ronnie brought it up, they were all kind of making fun of her and saying, well, it doesn't stop after you have your kid. Like, you're not going to be able to party like you used to. Because she thought, oh, once I pop the baby out, like, I'll be back to me. It's cool.
Right.
I'll be back to old Snooki. But he's like, no, like, this is a new life for you. You're
Right.
not going to be back to the old Snooki. This
Right.
isn't the finish line.
Ronnie's
Yeah.
like, this isn't just a pregnancy and that's it. Like, it doesn't end there.
Right.
There's
So-
Snooki breastfeeding. There's Snooki diaper changing. There's Snooki
raising a child in general.
teaching them lessons.
Yeah, preparing your child for when they're, adults, giving them morals and values. I mean, I just can't wait to see what happens when her baby is born, because we're going to really see how she handles the situation. And I think that will be the determining factor whether or not their relationship, Gianni and Snooki's, will prevail.
And it's already getting a little tough for Snooki because now she's, at the house parties. They're all having these get-togethers, and everybody else is drinking and doing their thing. And she knows that she really can't do that right now. So it's going to be a lot of sacrifices down the line as well. But, before we get into the house party, I just wanted to talk a little bit about iTunes. If you guys are listening into the show, thank you so much. So, yeah, when you get to iTunes, just go ahead and rate our show, throw up some stars and some comments. We'd love to come back and give you guys some shout-outs for doing that. And also just take, some time to tell a friend, because that's really how, the word of mouth is really built up for us here at AfterBuzz. And it'll just keep continuing to give you guys some free, awesome content for all of the shows you love.
And I mean, we are noticing your guys' comments for the ones who are commenting, so we do appreciate that. Keep them coming, and do tell a friend, like Christy said. And also, if you guys are on the go and you have your iPhone or other smartphone readily available, you may want to download the new podcasting app from Apple, because we are featured on that. You can download any of our podcasts wherever you are, listen to it wherever you are. So it's a really cool, nice feature for your phone. So
And
do
a
it.
shout out to there's a few comments in there, and they really like you guys. I don't know if they like me, but they really like you guys.
Phil, they haven't said anything negative, so you're good.
Well,
They heart.
so,
love you
but
too.
no, it's really cool to see for those who have that you guys are really loving this.
Yes. And we do appreciate it. We read all of your stuff, whether it's a tweet, iTunes, whatever it may be, YouTube even.
It
We read
validates
that.
every
Yeah.
bad day that Gabby has.
I
She's
know,
like,
it
you know what?
brightens my day."
This is worth it.
Yeah, it is. No, it's really nice. And it will only help make us better hosts. We'll take in everything you guys say and what you want to see. So thank you for that. And then now going back to the whole episode, tonight they threw a house party. And like Christy was saying, Snooki could not be drinking because she has to be a responsible pregnant woman. And you see her kind of upset, sitting next to her dad on the couch.
Right.
So, I mean, I felt for her, but at the same time, that was her life decision that she made. So she needs to stand by it and be strong and not be involved in those activities.
Yeah. I mean, and thankfully her dad was there for her to kind of just like go to. But then it was also a very like, father-daughter moment. And when she was like, Dad, this really sucks for me. You know what I mean? So
Does that mean she's ready then for a child? That scares me when she says something like that.
Well,
Right.
I mean, at the end of the day, they always say, there's no perfect time to have a kid.
Right?
So,
Life throws you curveballs.
yeah.
And
So,
you just have to deal with it.
and eventually, we know Snooki's eventually going to have to grow up.
Right.
So, might as well be a little bit early.
Eventually. She's a late bloomer.
Yes.
And in the
She is.
meantime, you just need all of your gay friends around to make you laugh like
Yes.
hers. Oh my God, Joey was amazing.
Can
I
we please
loved
talk
him.
about Joey?
Oh,
He really spiced up the episode, I have to say.
He was like a big package of fabulous. I loved it.
Do any of you guys have any gay friends named Joey?
No, I have a Desmond and a couple Josh.
I think so. No,
Because
the
I
only
love-
Joe we know is
Oh,
certainly
we
not.
know it, Joe, but he's not at all. He's like one of those buff, strong guys, and he does security for everybody. So it's really funny. We love him. But yeah, Jwoww was like, everyone needs to have. It was Jwoww, right? Or no, it was Snooki.
Yeah.
Everyone needs to have a gay friend named Joey because they
their
both
lives.
do. I mean, honestly, like. I am a lover of all types of people, and I find gay people to be some of the most friendly people out there.
Free-spirited,
Free-spirited,
open-minded,
yeah.
just like down to have a good time, and I love it.
Yeah, and I think he really made the party a good time
Yeah.
that night. Didn't you guys? I mean, he got in the spray tan booth, which, by the way, we never saw a spray tan booth on any of the episodes
Yeah, I was
thus
like,
far.
wait.
Where did that come from?
Yeah.
Did the furniture people bring that in? Like, I don't understand. Where
Brian built it.
Brian, not
nice.
Anthony.
No, Anthony
the
would have
creeper.
charged $500 just to build that
that's
thing.
funny. That's really cool, though. I would love, that's like the safe way to tan, Well, I guess it is. Maybe not when you're pregnant, obviously, because the chemicals, but it's a safer way to tan.
Yeah.
So it would be nice to have like a spray tan machine in my house.
Right.
Or apartment, I should say.
Convenient little spray tan tent.
Right?
I was like, cool, a spray
you
tent.
could just do whenever you want, have like
Yeah.
get-togethers with your friends and spray each other. But yeah, I don't know. Like, it seemed like a really fun party. Everyone was enjoying themselves. We saw a lot of unfamiliar faces, but we also saw Ryder from, some Jersey Shore episode she'd been featured on. So she made another guest appearance. There was somebody else also I feel like we'd seen before that was in this episode during the party. There was another person. I don't know. Was
We
it a
had
guy
couple buddies and
maybe?
friends.
Well, I just really liked. I liked Snooki's dad, and I liked Jwoww's dad. Jwoww's dad
Yeah.
is.
Let's talk about those two together.
I think,
The dads.
like, when they had their moment together, I was like, wow, how cute. Because they're both very young-spirited themselves, like one with nice flowy gold locks, just, like, blowing in the wind. And then there's, like, Snooki's dad with his, like, cool guy hat on. Like, yeah, let's
You
talk
know
about
who-
our girls. They're growing up.
Jwoww's dad reminds me of Bruce Jenner. That sounds so bad, but like kind of the hair, not really because Bruce is shorter, but like the face, how it's like so tight and like skinny. Reminds me of Bruce Jenner. Do you
Kinda
guys
does.
see that?
Like, kind of a blonde version.
I mean, I don't know. I don't watch that show enough. No, honestly, I
The
don't.
Kardashians.
I don't watch. Yeah, I don't watch the Kardashians enough to know.
But Bruce Jenner was an Olympian, right?
So Jwoww's dad was.
He's not, but he looks like him. But so I figured maybe you might know him because he was famous back in the day. So I don't know. But anyways, guys, we're going to go to a commercial. And then after that, we have a special little segment of something I found a few days ago that I think you guys might like. And then we're going to do news and gossip and predictions. So we'll see you soon.
Hey there, good buddies. The handle's Woolly Bear. I'm a truck driving man, but I'm not that old school kind of truck driving man, no. I like to listen to podcasts while I'm driving through these great United States of ours. And my favorite podcasts in the world are from AfterBuzz TV. And why? Because AfterBuzz TV is like a post-game wrap-up show for all your favorite TV shows. Like Jersey Shore, Dancing with the Stars, Mad Men, and a whole truckload more. I like listening to my Gossip Girl podcast, catching up with all my fellow fans and getting all the latest news and gossip. No, I got some strong opinions. And AfterBuzz TV lets me share those opinions with thousands of other listeners. Woo-wee, what a feeling. I used to doze off on those lonely stretches of road. And don't worry, I got the cruise control. But now I'm wide awake and listening to all the AfterBuzz TV goodness. Check them out. Give them a holler. And tell them the old Woolly Bear sent you.
Well, welcome back, guys. While we were doing the commercial break, we were actually just discussing how throughout the season thus far, even though it's episode 5, we have not seen Snooki and Jwoww leave their apartment yet. And I find that like extremely strange, but I was saying to Phil and Christy that it could be because they were having so many issues with permits and filming in Jersey City, but I know, Phil, you mentioned something too. Why you
It's
thought
also just cheaper to have a crew
Cheaper,
stay
yeah.
in one location and film the whole thing versus running out and about.
right.
So it's both, I would say.
And I guess just to keep the focus just on them in their apartment element, I guess. But
But the
it's a little
only
boring.
thing that concerns me with that is that it could get a little dull
right.
by the end of the season. Because they're just in their apartment.
But they do leave. I mean, remember they had the ninja night. They had weird sex shop night. That was also part of the ninja night.
Yeah.
They went to Snooki's doctor. Like,
but Snooki's doctor was really brief. I mean, whatever. It's a doctor thing, but
or maybe they're gonna kind of magnify it where they get stir crazy because they're always in this apartment. So maybe eventually it'll be like, we're sick of let's get out of here. You know what I mean? They'll drive each other nuts in those small quarters within those four walls 24/7. Maybe
I
that's
actually
it. Who knows?
like that. Because if you think about it, maybe that was Dick in the Soup where the producers are scripting this so that these castmates eventually get so heated with each other because after living with someone for a little while and you're only around them, you're going to fight and you're going to argue. And so maybe they're building up the tension for like some dramatic thing to happen this season.
Mm-hmm.
You never know. That could have been their thoughts when they were
keeping the mice in the cage.
I think it's all a combination of all.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I do want to get into our special segment. If we could throw up the picture I found, a few days ago was in Bed Bath & Beyond, and I came across, they have all the stuffs from the infomercial sitting by like the cash registers and everything.
Yes.
I found, do you guys have the picture back there by any chance?
Yeah, give me 1 second.
Okay, no problem.
I'm nervous.
So we're going to throw it up soon. For those of you just listening to the podcast, pretty much what I found was...
Don't ruin it for me. There we go. What do we got?
There you go. It's duct tape, like boxes for kids, that you could decorate things with. For example, one's duct tape tote, so you can make your own tote with different tapes, like animal prints, like Snooki did in Jwoww in the house.
Yeah.
And then also bangles, which are bracelets. But I thought this was so fun. When I saw this, I was like, oh my God, you've got to be kidding me. Because I had never heard of what Snooki and Jwoww were doing when they bought this like animal print tape and they were taping their phones and the walls in their apartment. I'm like, really? You could do that? And people buy tape and do that instead of wallpaper?
I'm surprised
and
you
then I
don't.
found that. No.
Come on.
You're funny, Phil. But I literally found this when I was in Bed Bath & Beyond recently, and they have these things.
That is hilarious.
For you kiddies at home, or maybe even on Amazon, you could find it on there. You never know.
The duct tape tote.
Yeah.
For ages 5 and up. Like,
including us.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I thought it was pretty cool because I'd never seen anything like that in my life.
I'll be more impressed if you find me some leopard print stuff.
There is. Well, it's not leopard, but there's zebra I see in there. There might be leopard in the bangles.
Okay.
So zebra, that's animal print.
Yeah.
So that qualifies.
We're just going to surprise you, Phil, and literally have everything decked out like
Oh my
duct
God.
tape the crap out of this place.
Right? We
You're
just
like,
kind of redesigned the AfterBuzz TV studios
No
while
big
you're
deal.
out.
Hope you don't mind, Phil.
Overnight, like as a prank, and then we show up the next day for an episode, and it's all
That's gonna be
different.
awesome.
If you guys do that, I'd give you props.
Would you?
I would.
Idea. And then you can never get mad at us for doing it. I'm just kidding. But anyways, I thought it was cool, so that's for you guys at home.
Love the find. How much was it? I would just like to know if I can.
Honestly, I don't remember, but I'm sure it's under $20. It can't be more expensive than that because it's a small little kids thing to keep them busy.
I just can't even imagine a little girl like, Mommy, duct tape, please.
Anything to keep your kids occupied.
Right.
Snooki could buy that for her child when it's born.
Seriously.
Snooki
You know?
could buy that for herself and not be bored.
Yeah, you're right. But at least she'll have, something to relate to her child about. She can, decorate things with her kid.
Yes.
But yeah. So I know you have some news and gossip. Christy, if you want to get into that.
AfterBuzz TV News.
Sure, yeah. A little news and gossip. Snooki was in LA all last week with Jwoww, just doing some, media touring and talking and giving everybody an update on her pregnancy.
Thank you guys for letting us know, and not going to try to book her for us, but, all right, thank you. We'll continue.
It was towards the end of the week. Yeah.
Sorry. I didn't know that.
No, I just read through the articles and I was like, oh, she's here? Oh.
We
did she
probably have
leave?
to get her like a month or two in advance just because her schedule is probably so crazy.
Yeah.
To be able to book when she's
No,
out
but I
here
have
in a week.
I have a pretty good relationship with her publicist.
All right, Phil. So why didn't you contact her?
I thought they were still
You're not up
I
on the
know.
Snooki whereabouts, are you?
We'll find out. We'll get more on that. We
Gotta
will.
GPS her.
Well, when she wasn't hanging out with us, she was obviously hanging out with other people.
Yes.
But what's funny is, she took a visit with Kelly over at live with
Regis and
Kelly,
Kelly.
but just Kelly now. And just kind of gave a rundown and pretty much asked Kelly a lot about like what she's to expect with giving birth and giving labor, and obviously telling Kelly, did you ever poop when you gave labor to any of your 3 children?
That was funny. I did see that clip.
Yeah, and it's confirmed. She will be taking an epidural. she will be, you know, getting herself a little drugged up for that. Doesn't want to get a little too natural with this birthing experience.
Right.
And then what I thought was funny was her visit with Jay Leno. She was actually on the couch with Newt Gingrich and, you know, made a new little BFF. So who knew that our crazy little Snooki was going to end up becoming best buds with, you know, the conservative Newt Gingrich, pretty much asking him all types of questions like, did you guys have strippers at your bachelorette party?
Oh my goodness.
You know,
and he took well to it.
Of course, yes, yeah.
Wow.
He was all about it. And I guess they, you know, were just pretty chummy after the show and took a ton of pictures together. And everyone asked her, oh, so, you know, what's your take on his views? She's like, I know nothing about his views, but I think he's really cool. So, you know, that goes to show, like.
So bad. I love it, though. It's pretty funny. That's when everybody complains that our generation doesn't know anything about politics. That's a perfect example.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was good. I mean, honestly, I think everyone should go online and check out those clips, especially the Regis and Kelly one. I think it's so funny that we have this crazy character and she just will ask these serious television personalities about anything without boundaries and they like respond to her. So I think that's amazing. She's gotten to a level now where people actually take well to her. So. And she makes friends, clearly, easily.
Right. And I guess Newt Gingrich even agreed to even make an appearance on the show. And she's like, you can drink some Ron juice, do whatever you want. He's like, yeah, okay. Like, all about it.
That's pretty funny. Little partier. But she can't drink Ron juice. Let's get that straight. Nope, because there's alcohol in there. But so predictions for next episode. I know we didn't really see anything for the next episode, but if there's anything you could predict for the season or how things are going to go down.
Well, I think we'll continue. I mean, the theme has been, okay, how is Snooki and Jwoww, their relationship gonna stay together or tore apart? If I think also Roger and Jwoww, there's been tension brewing there, and he's ready to explode in both senses.
Yes.
In both senses. I like that, Phil. You just slipped that in there.
Just a little.
Yes.
What about you, Christy?
I completely agree, especially about the double explosion thing. No, but yeah, I was definitely going to touch on that. They've been alluding to.
Oh, everyone's getting dirty right now. That's awesome.
But yeah.
Now she lost her train of thought.
But they've been kind of alluding to, some tension there. So
I see it. I see the tension. I'm wondering if there's going to be any breakups this season. I feel like there may be a point where Jwoww and Roger maybe have a breaking point, but then obviously come back together because they love each other so much. I'd like to see more of Gianni and Snooki's relationship, so I hope they show us more of them together.
I think they will. And I love those two kids together, but they are kids.
They are kids. And they're so immature. I feel like they can't do anything for themselves.
I know.
Yeah.
Like they really just like ease through life and just need help with everything. I just feel like.
And it was to go back to this episode, it was just so tough to see Gianni just be like, is Roger around?
Yeah.
He didn't want that to happen, but he's like, I need Roger.
Because he didn't know what he was doing.
I know. Yeah.
But that's what bothers me. He's like not a handyman. And men, when especially your husband, should be able to like fix things in the house. And understand things about electric and just the
definitely on the requirement
simple
list.
Those simple like household things that men should know how to do.
I'm gonna make it broader. At least someone in the family should know how to. Everyone has like a certain skill set, right? So okay, you take care of the bills in terms of taxes.
And what are theirs?
Yeah, I think collectively. We talked about it. She balances. She's the fun one. He's the kind of more serious one. But who's got the skill sets?
Who's got the street smarts? Who's got the book smarts?
The kid. No, I'm just kidding. I hope the kid's smarter than them. That would be even funnier.
It's like a genius prodigy.
Right? It's like an Albert Einstein that comes out of that. It really wasn't hers. I'm just kidding. It was a fake pregnancy. Yeah. But yeah, no, I think the next few episodes, I hope, get a little juicier, a little more drama. So hopefully we'll get to see some of that.
I think we will.
But yeah, I mean, until next time, guys, please, again, comment, rate us, check out the podcast app. Go to Amazon.com, do all those great things.
Go to AfterBuzzTV.com.
And AfterBuzz TV, sorry.
That'll take you to Amazon.
But I mean, if you've been listening to our show, you'd know that, right?
You should.
But I have to refresh it. So please visit our website. Everything tweet at us, let us know your thoughts, and we will definitely, love to read them and get back to you. And call in next episode.
Yeah.
All right.
And we'll be back to regular schedule so you can actually call in.
Yes,
Yes.
thanks to DirecTV.
Yes.
All right, well, guys, until next week, adios and have fun, and we'll see you for another episode of Snooki and Jwoww.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later, bitches.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.